So why am I touching my beard every time I start a video? All right. So how many pieces of Flair do you have on your bike? So that was a callback to Office Space, because Jennifer Aniston's character works at a restaurant. She doesn't have enough pieces of Flair on her, you know, uniform and whatnot. So some of you know that reference. But it got me thinking the other day. I was up at Alligator Alley Harley yesterday for a meeting of the group that shall not be named. And my new buddy Eric came up and met us. So, hi Eric! So Eric's a viewer of the channel who lives not far from me and said, are you going to be there, you know, sometime soon? I said, yeah, Sunday. And people do that fairly regularly. So I don't know if, you know, he really was going to show up or not. But Eric did. And he brought me some really cool stuff that he wasn't using off of his bike. His bike's being rebuilt right now, custom painted and everything. So he brought me some little things that he knew I would appreciate. So first, let's go through with what those are, and we'll throw these on in a minute. But this is the magnetic VIN cover. So it's a magnet that goes right on the frame, down tube to cover your VIN, and just cleans it up. If you're into that level of detail, which he is, and I am too, this is going to be pretty slick. And this, because he knows I'm a gun nut also, is new hardware for the bags that are revolver cylinders that he took off his. So those are going to be really cool. I'll pop those on in a minute and show what those look like. But, oh, he also brought me a motorcycle beer opener and some cigars that I'm going to pop open here in a second and have one that, let's be honest, are just too good for me. So these are 20th anniversary Perdomos, which is way above my pay grade. But Eric, you know, I really appreciate it, man. Really, really cool. I love to meet people that watch the channel. And he's such a great guy. He's already like contacting companies he knows saying, you should work with this guy and do stuff on his bike. So really, really cool. But I want to sort of BS really down in the comments. This is a conversation starter. Like, what little things can you do? We can all do, of course, you guys know that I've done the, you know, the Van Black stretch rear end and the Wilbur suspension and the Rockford Fosgate stereo and the da-da-da and the bars, and you know, that's the big stuff. I'm talking these little things. And the revolver style bolts for the bags, maybe think of it. But there's so many little things, right, to make it just yours. And some of them are pretty sentimental. So on the CVO, you guys know that this is my wife's bike, but it was mine. You know, I bought it in 19 and rode it, you know, for the first year and a half. And then she had a Heritage. We got rid of the Heritage and got the Ultra Limited. So I ride the Geezer Glide and she rides the CVO now. But on this bike, these are some of the things that aren't necessarily, you know, what are they, non-monetary sort of things you do to your bike that you remember forever. So these are the passes from South Dakota, because these bars had been on 2 bikes from 3 years of Sturgis. So, you know, stuff like that. This is kind of funny. This was when I went on a very, very long business trip. My work takes me all over the world to some pretty bizarre places. And I had a trip a few years ago that was actually 3 weeks. And for me, that's a long time. To all the service people out there who have deployments, I don't know how you do it, man. And ladies. But I just go on 3 weeks, sometimes 3.5 week long trips to Asia. And it's hard because I have a little girl and a wife. And the loudest subdivision on the planet. Jeez, what are they doing? Like dynamiting boulders or something? Oh, okay. So, back on topic. This is, she was only about 5 years old, and she took one of her t-shirts that was frayed and ripped off the sleeve edge and gave it to me as a bracelet and tied it around my wrist. So, this was actually tied around my wrist for a month as I hopped all over Asia. I'm going to meetings wearing like a suit and dress shirt, but that little piece of t-shirt was under my, you know, my wrist the whole time. So as soon as I got home, I put it on my bike, because your bike is sort of a sacred thing, right? Another thing that's not actually on my bike, but I want to show it just because it's really, really cool, is some of you know I used to have an Indian, and my Indian was troubled. She was a troubled young lady. ECM died and this, that, and the other. And I don't want to start a whole thing because I think Indian guys think that I attack Indians, and I'm not. I'm just saying that mine was bad, you know. But one thing I do have that's of significance is when I was going through the trouble with it at Sturgis in 17. Yeah, in 2017 is when I took my Indian Springfield up there, and it died during the rally, so I was without a bike for a few days. I took it to Indian of Sturgis. They ordered a new ECM to get me back on the road, and it took, 2 days, which is, not bad service, right? Especially since my Ultra was just gone for 2 months. But while I was there, I made friends with the people at the Indian dealership. The people at Indian of Sturgis are good people in my experience. They're very nice. And I noticed something, that if you buy an Indian from Indian of Sturgis, it has special medallions on it. Why? Because the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally was founded by an Indian dealer. Pappy Hoyle, the name that you probably heard, Pappy Hoyle owned the Indian dealership in Sturgis, and he started the Black Hills Classic races and whatnot forever ago. So Sturgis was actually started by an Indian dealer. And Indian of Sturgis puts special badging on every bike they sell. There's a local jeweler that, I don't know how he does it. I think they're I don't know how he does it, but I'm gonna show you one because I have one. But this right here is a timer cover off of an Indian, of my Indian, that was on the bike for a long time. Now, I did not buy my Indian at Indian of Sturgis. Those are actually ordered from that jeweler in an exact quantity, and every bike at Indian of Sturgis has both this, again, this is the timer cover. So on a Harley, if you're not a tinkerer, it's this, On an Indian, the holes are here, instead of here, and so that badge screws right in there. And they all say the Spirit of Sturgis, and they're either solid silver, solid gold, or two-tone, like this one's, I don't know if you can tell, this one's actually sort of pewter and gold. They also have a badge on the front fender, right, like here. It's big, and it kind of looks like that, but it's a big carved medallion that goes on the fender right there. And I know, kind of a weird spot, but that's what they have. They have a badge there, and they have a timer cover. And you cannot buy those. Not open for discussion. You have to buy a bike. If you want one of the badges, you got to buy a bike. And I was there with my bike broken, depressed at the rally from Florida with nothing to ride, and I befriended the sales service manager, and he was, helping me, getting everything next day aired. And I said, oh, I want to buy one of those, not knowing. And then he told the story that I just did about how they're 1-to-1. We get, one for every bike, and that's it. And so they're not for sale. You have to buy a bike if you want one of those. And here's the funny thing is they didn't really try to push me to buy a bike. Because I would have. I would have been like, yours is broken and we have more of those. And you get a medallion then. So he didn't push me on that at all. But the day that I came to pick it up, the dude says, I got something for you. And he came out from the back and he's like, I can't give this to you. I have to sell it to you because the money goes to the jeweler that makes them. He goes, but I guess it was maybe there was an accident and that's how they ended up with one. So that did not have a matching medallion for the fender. That was that one timer cover sitting there by itself. And so he sold me that, but all the money went to the jeweler. So you had to collect. I think I only paid like $70 for it, which is, this is one of the nicest things. It's really, really nice. That is a piece of, hell, I don't even know what it is. But it's significant. It's not like buying a timer cover that are like thin metal or plastic. That's a piece of jewelry. And I had it on my Indian, and when my Indian got traded in, of course, I pulled that off immediately. And it doesn't say, it says Spirit of Sturgis, and it does have a tiny little Indian logo right there. So, should we ever get an Indian again, I'd like to have a Chief as a bar hopper or something. That'll go back on, but pretty proud of that, which is why it's probably displayed in my toolbox, because that came from Indian of Sturgis. And I don't hate Indians, just mine was bad. So that's really all I had today, was a chat about the little things you do to your bike to make them unique. And I really want to see, I want to start a conversation. Like down in the comments, let me know what cool thing do you have, on your bike. And if you want to send me a link or photos, I will look at it. I want to see. So my email address is damonk, D-A-M-O-N-K, @ professional-motorcycle dash-monkey.com. So DAMONK at professional, don't forget the dash, it won't work otherwise, professional-monkey.com, and I'll put it down there too. And send me pictures. Send me pictures of what cool stuff you've come across over the years, because I think there's some amazing little doodads and little things you can find that are one-offs that people get a kick out of. So real quick, let's throw on these things that Eric gave me, and I'll show those. Again, thanks a ton, Eric. I mean, it's great when you meet someone and go, he's a buddy now. his bike's getting done, and I already said, like, we're rolling. The second it's done, he's already planning rides, places he knows up north, because I don't. And we're gonna start riding together here pretty quick. So let me put this on, I'll be right back. So there you have it, and there you are. Here is the VIN cover. So that is just a simple tube with magnets that even have like felt or velvet on the back of them, so it's not gonna scratch the frame, just to cover the VIN up, so it kind of cleans that area up. Nice touch. And then another nice gift from Eric. I guess he wasn't using these anymore. Hopefully his bag's gonna fall off. Oh, man, the camera's not. These revolver style, what do you call those? Like bag retentioners, right? So yeah, so they're like 6-shooter revolver style. Very, very cool. They came off of his bike, now they're on mine, and they're gonna stay on there. So again, let me down below, like what really cool thing do you have? A cool gift that's on your bike, something that's handmade, you picked up at a rally or something. I want to know about it. So in the comments, hit below if you want to send me pictures, and if I'm okay to post them to the community tab, I'll happily do it. Again, emails DAMONK, D-A-M-O-N-K, at professional-monkey.com. Check out the merch store down below. There's something really cool today. Every once in a while I check and see what new stuff there is. No hats still, because my logo's too complicated, is what they said. But I got this one made by something, Custom Ink. What was it? I don't remember. But it's, see how the logo's crooked and it's missing the word professional? Yeah. It's $50, that hat. One off. One in the world of these. And it's crooked and missing a part, which makes it better. It fits me better, really, that it's not all there. So, there is, however, pint beer glasses now. I'm excited as you guys would be over this. So, there's now pint glasses with the Professional Monkey logo on it. Pretty cool. So check that down in the store. It should be right there. You can see it right under. Yeah, I think that's it. What I have planned for this week. Tomorrow was supposed to be today, and then I had a brother from the organization, shall not be named, that came by, so I wasn't able to go. But tomorrow I'm going to go check out a bike for a viewer. He does not live here, but he just found one he likes that are not as easy to find at a dealer here. So I'm going to go tomorrow and give that bike a look over for him, just to get an opinion. I'm sure it's fine, but you know, if it's here, I mean, we're talking it's 20 minutes from my house. I'm going to go take a look at it for him. So we'll go do that tomorrow, and I'll bring the camera along, and we'll make a day of it together. So that's it. Take care of each other out there. Hope you're all doing well, and we'll talk soon. Bye.